Hi, I'm Elida.
And I'm Delara.
And together,
We're the founders of Exhibits,
a free mobile app we built from scratch, showcasing all of London's exhibitions, museums, and galleries in one place.
because it shouldn't be hard to find weekend plans in London. So, we've taken a break from coding to come and visit London's coolest venues this summer.
So join us as we explore the British Optical Association Museum. Oh wow!
Where's my mom and you?
The Exhibit Sisters present A Spectacle of Spectacles. You're tuned in to Big E Radio. In today's news, the dynamic duo are following their final lead, investigating reports of a museum like no other, a collection of spectacles so strange they watch you right back. We join them live on the scene.
Hi everybody. Today we are at the
British Optical Association Museum at the College of Optometrists in London.
And Neil, it's such a delight to be back here. Guys, I've already been once before. You guys are in for a treat. It's going to be amazing. Please, can you tell me one of your favourite things in this beautiful cabinet behind us?
Okay, well, one of my favourite things is this child's toy here. We're a museum of optometry. We know that optometrists are the professionals who look after our eyes. But for a young person, this might be their first introduction to what an optometrist is and looks like, and the working conditions, the environment, the equipment that they use. So this is part of a wider display all about the public image and perception of the profession that the museum recounts the history of. Right. And it's really important to take into account those early encounters with optometrists. Is it a male? Is it a female? Is it somebody white? Is it somebody black? Is it somebody old? Is it somebody young? Could you be an optometrist in the future? It's one of the things we want to know and to encourage. The British Optical Association Museum is the oldest optical museum in the world, and it was established in 1901, just a few weeks after Queen Victoria died. And it has now collected some 38,000 things in the intervening 124 years since we were founded. And the British Optical Association was the world's first professional body for optometry. That meant it was an organisation that ran examinations and training so that you could qualify as an optometrist and have a certificate on your wall to reassure your patients that you knew what you were doing. Because prior to that, there was no formalised training for sight testing opticians. The museum was then used as a promotional tool to convince government and other key stakeholders in the Ministry of Health, for example, that optometrists should be encouraged to be on every high street and that they should become part of the healthcare system, which they did in 1948 when the National Health Service was established.
This one over here has taken my particular attention because it's the Olympics.
That's right. That's made by a company called Anglo-American, which, don't be misled by the name, it's very much a London manufacturer.
Oh, right.
A brilliant designer called Lawrence Jenkin, who's a great friend of this museum. We have lots of his products on display. And he just did imaginative things with plastic. And it was this great new material that you could mould and you could colour and you could texture. And it made glasses wearing just 10 times more fun. And the good thing about that was it persuaded people who might otherwise have been reluctant to wear glasses because they think that they're a disability aid. It persuaded them actually, if you don't wear them, you're missing out on the fun.
I'm going to let you tell me what these things are, because I don't
Okay,
get
well,
that wrong.
you may have heard of a thing called a Toby jug. And you may be thinking that here is a collection of Toby jugs.
Okay.
You would be half correct, because a Toby jug is a character where you see the whole body, arms, legs, feet. And sometimes we have just what are called character jugs, because they show just the head and the shoulders. There are lots of collectors of character jugs and Toby jugs, but very few collect them purely for the spectacles that they might be wearing. And many of them are Dickensian characters. So Mr. Pickwick is the famous character from the Charles Dickens novel, the Pickwick Papers, and is known for his spectacles. And then there's one intruder in here, because when we received the collection, we wanted to add something to it. And we found in an antique shop, he's there at the back on the left, and he is the gaffer from the Tetley teabag adverts that you might remember if you're old enough.
That's so funny. He looks so jolly and simple compared to all the other characters in here. Hi, Mr. Tetley.
After you've had your eyes tested, then you might be sent home without needing spectacles. But if you do, then you go on to the dispensing stage, where you'll be supplied with spectacles either to correct your eyesight or to protect it. And here are some of the earliest ones in our collection. And the first eyewear is really the snow goggle, as used by the Eskimos in Greenland and the Arctic Circle. But they're not actually spectacles, because they don't have lenses in them. So we move on to the 13th century. And unfortunately, I can't show you any spectacles from that period, because they would have been made out of organic materials like bone and wood and leather, and they've all rotted away. So I can show you some replicas. These are items which are modelled on illustrations of spectacles that we find in illuminated manuscripts or in paintings. And we occasionally found spectacles in the covers of books, because that is where they were kept, because you used them for reading and they were no good for distance vision, so you might as well keep them with your book. Having decorative cases, and you could use those to show how religious you were, and that was a good thing to boast about. The oldest pair that we have is 16th century, and it's that silver pair there. So they've been preserved because they're a precious metal. And yes, the lens is cracked, but I rather like that, because it shows it's genuinely old and it's had a bit of a life story. Here, earwear. That's where you put your glasses if you didn't have a case. You put them over your ear and carried them around that way. But most of the pictures of people with the early spectacles show them holding the glasses rather than wearing them. And that's the other big difference between the past and today. We have, in fact, the most important thing in the whole museum is this object down here, because that is the first pair of spectacles to be supplied with a pair of arms. And that was what made it possible to wear your glasses continuously. You get up in the morning, you put them on, and you keep them on all day. And so other people come to know you as being a glasses wearer. And so that affects the way they perceive you. And the cosmetic appearance of those glasses is going to matter in a way which it had never mattered before. So very soon after that, which starts in the 1720s, you get this whole rush of new designs, and the design of eyewear starts to follow fashion. The theatre glasses, these are used to go into the opera house. You can disguise them as a purse. You can have a special handle to carry them on. So this is an opportunity to buy an additional accessory. And you can conceal a single viewing device inside a fan. So you hide behind your fan whilst looking directly through the middle of it to get an enlarged view of somebody in the distance.
Wow.
Which can be particularly useful if you like the way that they look, because you can admire them and then beckon them to come across with the fan.
Yeah, exactly.
We're a museum, so we have stuffed animals in the museum. Why not?
Yeah.
But he's here for a real special reason.
Yeah, let's get down.
And that is that the turtle was the recognised symbol of the optician for several hundred years. And if you saw a stuffed turtle in the window, you knew that that was the type of business it was. And the reason is that the shell was used to make spectacle frames. And they called it tortoiseshell, which was a mistake, because it's not a tortoise, it's a different animal altogether. It's a turtle. But the name tortoiseshell has stuck. And the beauty about this material is it's natural, so you can wear it in direct contact with your skin, on your face, which is the last place you want to break out into spots. Mm-hmm. It has a unique pattern that's different in every product. And it was also very sustainable, because you could repair it if it broke. All you needed was heat, steam and pressure, and the snapped frame could be spliced back together again. In fact, there was really only one disadvantage to this material, which is a pretty big one, which was that you had to kill the poor turtles to get it.
Yeah.
So what they did is they started to create cellulose acetate imitation tortoiseshell. And then in 1970, this was declared to be an endangered species and was protected, and the trade in the shell was prohibited. And this meant that all the opticians who had one on display in their window didn't want to be associated with the destruction of the world's wildlife, and so all the turtles had to disappear.
And you actually have a collection of glasses that have been made from more sustainable materials, if I'm not mistaken.
That's correct, yes.
Well done.
I was paying attention.
So over here, we have some really quite modern devices. We've got glasses made out of bamboo, because you can regrow a forest of bamboo 10 times faster than a wood forest. We've got glasses made out of vinyl. These are taking your old record collection and repurposing it. We've got glasses from Ukraine made out of recycled coffee beans. And if you put them on your bedside cabinet, you wake up in the morning to the smell of the coffee.
That's so cool.
Oh, they're nice.
These feel very
Wow.
funky. Well, these are...
Whoa. These are great. Okay, fine.
It looks like you have eyeliner and eyebrows.
Yes,
Great.
you look very spicy. It'll fit. Hold on a second.
Oh, I can see through these.
Brilliant.
Okay. They barely cover your eye.
Okay, wait. I'll put it on, and then we can put a wig on top.
Yes.
Guys, I'm almost doing this.
Brown.
Wait, it stays there.
It's such a privilege to see, and I think often we take it for granted. So it's really nice actually to be given the reminder that life without spectacles is blurry.
Yes, that's literally true.
Profound.
Sweet wrappers, and we've got a chocolate bar wrapper at the top with eyes on it.
Oh yeah.
And I was worried that the chocolate might melt, so I had to eat it and replace it with a block of wood. So sometimes being a museum curator is a very hard job, because you have to sacrifice yourself in order to make the exhibits possible.
Thank you for your service, Neil.
Oh my goodness.
How was the chocolate? Was it nice?
Yeah, it was quite nice, but it was 20 years ago, so
Oh, right.
maybe I should update it.
Perhaps you could say it was delightful.
Yeah.
Delightful.
Good pun.
That's it.
Here are we.
Yay!
Alright everyone, that's it. We shall live it.
That's a wrap.
Oh my gosh, thanks so much, Neil. This has been the best day ever.
And just like that, our journey through London comes to a close. From surgical theatres to Gothic castles, we hope we've given you a taste of countless adventures yet to be had. Find them all and many more on the free Exhibits app. Until next time, the dynamic duo, over and out.